Good evening. I'm Ann McEnerny-Ogle, the Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Vancouver. Thank you to the League of Women Voters and CVTV for videotaping this. I was elected in November of 2013 and have served since January 2014 as your councillor and January 2016 as your Mayor Pro Tem. I serve on the C-Tran Board of Directors and chaired that for a year. I also serve on the Regional Transportation Council and the Fire Pension Boards. I also serve on JPAC and now a new title for part of the Tolling Commission, which means I've been collaborating with the state of Oregon on transportation issues. Terry and I moved to Vancouver 37 years ago. We raised our son, John, who came up through the Vancouver Public Schools. We live in the Shumway Neighborhood Association. I've been an active neighborhood leader for over 20 years and absolutely enjoy it. I'm looking forward to continuing my work with the city as your mayor.
Thank you, Ms. McEnerny. We'll start with question number 1. You can help us with this. How is the position of mayor different from that of city councillor? And what are the mayor's primary responsibilities?
Well, if you look at the Charter 2.04, the mayor actually is a councillor. We have all the same responsibilities as any other city councillor. But we provide, the mayor presides over meetings, helps set the agenda, is the head of those ceremonial opportunities when businesses and conventions are in town and we welcome them, cut those ribbons, go and talk to individuals, welcoming them for businesses and opportunities as new neighborhoods. We don't have any regular administrative duties, none of the councillors have, but in that rare opportunity that the governor needs ahead of the city, that's the role of the mayor.
Thank you. What do you see as Vancouver's 2 biggest challenges over the next 5 years?
You've heard from several candidates already, and there's no difference. Housing, transportation, and I'm going to go ahead and throw in employment. While this city has 1,000 employees, we do not create jobs. What we do is help businesses create jobs. And in order for that to happen, the transportation is a major piece for those businesses. Amazon is not going to come here because we don't have the transportation infrastructure that they need. That means we have the congestion. We need to take care of the I-5 bridge. We need to take care of 14 and SR 500 and the West Side mobility. But for those all employees bringing those businesses, we also need the housing. We've been working diligently on it. We're looking forward to a new day center, and those issues will be with us for more than 5 years.
Thank you. What are the most needed infrastructure improvements for Vancouver, and how can they be accomplished? You've mentioned some of these. If you pick 2 and elaborate a little bit.
Okay, well, let me just cross off a couple quick ones. You know about our wastewater problem that we have, so we do need to put some infrastructure into those new generators so that doesn't happen again. We are redoing station number 1, our water station up there. Transportation, you've heard about the Transportation Benefit District with road pavement management, the congestion. But let's also look, and I believe it was Councillor Topper that brought in the West Side mobility along Fruit Valley. There's a bridge down there that goes over the railroad tracks coming down off of 78th. Not too many large trucks use that bridge for a reason. If you've ever had the opportunity to go up underneath it and look at it when a car is coming and it bounces, that's a big problem. In order to get trucks to the port, in and out of that area, that industrial area, we need to replace that bridge. It's not going to be cheap. So the I-5 bridge and the Fruit Valley Bridge. I also wanted to talk about the fact that we have a number of different issues with that day center piece, and that while we didn't think housing was part of our infrastructure, it's become very much a part of our infrastructure. So we'll be looking at a new day center, for our homeless, and women and children's shelter. That's part of the infrastructure that wasn't in the charter. It is part of our life now.
Thank you. What should Vancouver do to support the development of small business? What could be done, and why is it important?
Oh my goodness. Well, small businesses are 95% of our economy. And as we look at that, that means that we have a number of small business initiatives that we work on throughout the city of Vancouver. In fact, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce gave us an award last month that we went and received for that. We have a pre-lease opportunity. Before you sign the lease on a piece of property that you're going to bring your business to, please come and talk to us. We'll bring in our staff and a check sheet and go through all the different permitting opportunities that you need to know about. We have a sewer assistance program, so that upfront cost of dumping everything into your sewer charges doesn't happen on day one. You can parcel it out over the different months. We work with the SCORE, Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce, the East Vancouver Business Association, the VDA, the Uptown Village Association. We have workshops for those small businesses so that they can learn how to file all of those paperwork to get those permits and work through all of those different pieces. We also have the Innovation Partnership Zone, where we have asked the state for assistance on this IPZ down here, where we have 27 businesses just in the Vancouver, about from I-205 west, of software and computer businesses and the benefits that go along with that. As was mentioned earlier, we depend quite a bit of time on our partnerships such as SCORE.
Thank you. What solutions do you imagine for our homeless? You've touched on this. Are tiny house enclaves an option? What about homeless camps, which are broken down every morning? We have several family shelters and share house, and there's some projects going, but would you tell us what your opinion is that we need to work on?
Well, lots of different things. First of all, for 5 years, I served on the Planning Commission, and during that time, we were studying accessory dwelling units, ADU. Terry and I have one. We built it for his mother to come and live with us in that. We revised the ADU criteria for parking and for primary, secondary occupancy, and that's going to be one of those little pieces that we're moving forward. But we also got rid of boarding houses. Remember some of the problems that we had with boarding houses, those single resident occupancy, SROs. But if you rethink that opportunity and put a case manager in there from share, then you have an opportunity for several different individuals to live in some of our big homes. We talked about the cottage homes. That's a little bit different, and the villages that go along with it. So we are looking at smaller lots, more accessibility on those lots. We still want sewer, underground utilities, water, those types of things. We extended the multifamily exemption piece along Fourth Plain, so it goes all the way out, and we can use the waivers on those tax abatements pieces. But we're also looking for those day centers. We have 1,000 square feet now with Friends of the Carpenter. We're looking at something larger for sheltering, and we're working with the county. Councillor Topper and I are serving with the county and Mark Bull to actually talk about how to move forward with that next week.
Thank you for being so thorough. We're ready for your last-minute closing statement.
Gosh, that went fast. I have absolutely enjoyed working in this community for 37 years, working in the neighborhoods, collaborating with my colleagues to develop parks, to put in neighborhood action plans, to build sidewalks, to put in ADAs, to put sculptures into parks and deal with the art that we wanted with CDBG funds. I have absolutely enjoyed serving on your council as your councilor and as your mayor pro tem. I would love the opportunity to move forward with that. I'm Ann McEnerny-Ogle, voteann.com, and I appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
Thank you.